Welcome to How We Heal, turning pain into power. I'm your host, Daddy Magic, and today I'm sitting down with
King Tae, aka KingTaeInThisBitch. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm curious about your name, just real quick before we start. Did you drop the in this bitch?
No, I added the in this bitch. So originally I was King Tae, but there's like 10 different King Taes with different variations of how to spell Tae. So I just mashed it all together. I started saying like King Tae in this bitch in some of my songs. And so I was like, fuck it. It's just gonna be like how a Snoop Doggy Dogg,
Yeah,
all the different names.
I like that.
Yeah, I just for purposes of that to get out the clutter.
Yeah, there's a lot of kings out here, so
Yeah.
It's unique. I like it. Was there a point for you when art became necessary for survival?
Necessary for survival? I'll say yes. In a different aspect than probably most people would think. It was just more like mental survival. Like the first time I wrote a rap was like sixth grade. And so it's like I didn't really know what to say. So it was like whatever is whatever, like kid stuff, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I started to write how I feel, start writing about the pain that I couldn't really talk to people about.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it helped me. It was my therapy. Music became my therapy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sixth grade. How old is that?
12 years old. I had there was a program called Ethos in Northeast Portland. And so they came to my school, Humboldt, and yeah, I went in the sixth grade class, and then I did the eighth grade class. And yeah, they taught me pretty much how to structure bars, like, and things like that.
What?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't in my childhood.
Yeah, I definitely got a little lucky with that time span in my life.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that was like honestly that. I got to perform at like sixth grade. It's not as big, but like Jefferson High School, their auditorium, it's like they do a lot of like dances and things in there, like ballet, and it's like a good sized showcase room. So like as like a sixth grader getting to perform in front of all the students and kids, it was kind of, and parents, it was nerve wracking, but it was cool to do.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
How has your pain shaped the type of work that you make?
My pain shaped the work that I make. I used the pain I was able to use the pain to speak for not only myself but others that might be dealing with the same things I'm dealing with. And that didn't happen until later, after I started to like really try to do the self-work. Like early on, like most people, they just rap what they hear, whatever they thought was popular and would make it pop.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like what's fun, I doubt you're rapping about your like mental problems in sixth grade. Yeah.
Nah. I wasn't even talking about anything in sixth grade. But like even progressing into high school, like only certain raps might have had that in it, but like most of it is just a bunch of BS, trying to be this extra tough guy. I am not a tough guy.
Nah. Everyone on this show is a sweetheart.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you started so young.
Yeah. I didn't really take it serious though try to take it serious until like high school, but I was only recording over like a phone and a speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. All right. What's the purpose behind your
art? Like I said, after the self-work, like now I use my art to, like I said, kind of like speak to the people, to speak for the voiceless, have a voice for the voiceless. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Use my music to heal myself, as well as, like I said, possibly helping, healing others, and then taking the opportunities that I get from music to help and with other people in the community and things like that. Like, what we do here with the open mic, just at 503 Records, you know what I'm saying? Like just doing that is like cool. And like, I've been wanting to do that for so long. Like COVID actually stopped a lot of things. Like in 2020, I had an opportunity to like help kids at SEI. They was going to allow me to there was a teacher, and then I met with the teacher, and he was going to allow me to help within the class. And I met a couple of people in the class, and a couple of students that I ended up seeing later on at like a rap showcase, and it was like crazy seeing him and making that connection. So it was like what could have been, but like now we're actually doing it, and it's dope.
That's cool, man. I bet that feels amazing.
It does actually. It's a different feeling, but it's like fulfilling too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You know, a pandemic would make reaching the strictly news difficult.
Man, you know, we had a whole man. We don't talk about it, but we had a whole like talent show that we was throwing for the kids, and we had all the applicants. We had enough people. We had I think we had the budget and everything. All we needed was a venue, and while we were locking down the venue, the shutdown happened. Like we got everything started like late December, early January. Got everything done by March. And then by February, and then we were just trying to lock down the venue, and it was pushed back till June. So we had all this lead up time to just promote and do what we needed to do. And then COVID shut everything down. So it's like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize, but I'm glad you guys are picking it back up.
Yeah, got a chance to really like
it's cool.
Do what we wanted to do.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I gotta stop saying
it. No, but it's truth though. So
yeah.
It's cool.
Well, I am. How did you cope with past grief, and how do you cope now?
Before, I didn't really cope well. Like it's just more or less, oh, okay, I deal with it in the moment, and then like my mind like races, so like it's literally a million miles a minute every day. So it's like I think I'm processing it, really not just thinking about it and then not dealing with it and trying to stuff it down. Then I'm smoking and drinking more, and that became an issue. And so like now I don't drink as much. I like barely drink at all. And like I do smoke, I do still smoke, but like that's besides I've worked on like taking the time to like process what goes on, really sit with myself, isolate. I don't do like the technical form of meditation, but I will just like sit like and just be one with myself as much as I can get. And yeah, it's just sometimes you have to separate from people, and like you have to let other people know it's not even a you thing. It's like, man, I just need this time for my own mental stability and got to build myself up. And then also outside of that, formulate my next moves and make sure I make my next step my best step. Pretty much, yeah.
I love that. That's amazing. All right, man. When you're not creating, who are you? What do you do when you're at home? Just by yourself, no one's looking.
I am a stoner writer, video gamer.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing a lot recently, but the last thing that actually K put me on was Far Cry 6, I believe it was. Yeah, and oh man, I started loving that game. But I'm more of like I'm really a 2K guy. I play a lot of 2K. I play like Call of Duty, stuff like that. Kind of play Fortnite. I only like zero build because I don't know how to build like that. So like, yeah.
I've never played it.
Yes. It's like a kid. It's not kid friendly, obviously, because it's still there, but it's like it's more cartoonish version of like open world. So if you ever play like PUBG, like battle royale games, it's like a cartoon version of a battle royale.
Okay, yeah, I've seen all the Sabrina Carpenters in the game. You know,
yeah, they put a lot of characters in the games. Yeah, let me see.
That's cool.
Yeah, I write when I can. Yeah, video games. No. It's really what it's been for the most part. Yeah,
sounds like a good balance.
It became a bad balance, but I'm working on balancing it better.
Good, man. Yeah. What's one thing you hope people will learn from you as an artist?
That's the
question.
That's the question. It's not really a specific answer to that question. Say it one more time, just so I can hear it again.
What is one thing that you hope people will learn from you as an artist?
Learn to be yourself and learn to don't let your flaws. Also, don't let your flaws define you, but don't be ashamed of them either. You know, live with your flaws and learn that you're a perfect imperfection. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's probably the best way I can say it without going too lengthy or
That's beautiful.
making it worse.
Yeah. You're a perfect imperfection.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. I'm really glad you sat down to be interviewed. Just
Thank
for
you.
that alone.
Hey man, I appreciate you taking the time to interview.
Yeah, so I'm Daddy Magic. This is how we heal, turn pain into power. KingTae in this
aka
bitch.
KingTae in this bitch, you feel me?
That's my dog.
Yeah, that's my dog K Wayne, you know what I'm saying?
You go ahead and drop your socials, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at KingTae_in_this_bitch. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. KingTae_in_this_bitch. If you're looking for the music, you can SoundCloud is where my last mixtape is on. Last couple mixtapes, my lyrical exercise and my part 2, the lyrical exercise. Let me talk my shit. That's on there under KingTae in this bitch. And on YouTube, I have a KingTae in this bitch, but I've been releasing under the Rosie page, so you can look at Rosie Records for all the music and other content that we got going on. Feel me?
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys.
Is there anything?
I mean,
Feeling good.
oh, man. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how to do this.
I'm still trying to get better with answering both questions. We both the same both.
Practicing together.
Yeah.
This has been How We Heal, turning pain into power. I'm your host, Daddy Magic.
KingTae, aka KingTae in this bitch.
Thank you for your time, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Stay safe, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
I'ma be great one day. Just give me one day.
I was told to practice what you preach, but what I preach comes from the soul. I ain't gotta practice being me. I just practice watching schemes. I can't allow myself to be deceived by the surface, slithering through the morning's eve. I got the intel that intel's prophecies of they intel. May look pretty in the beginning, but it won't end well. Mixing poison towards another brother, it'll leave you smothered twofold. Told them to be humble, now niggas too bold. They thought I hit my peak, but I ain't even scratched the surface of the pinnacle. The visual depicting me falling off is fictional. Pitiful, see me drop to the pits, thinking it's comical. Want a comic show? Well, take a look through this comic view. Everything's so funny in this world until it falls on you.